Well, hello there, and happy St. Patrick's Day from GFAP, aka Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast. I'm Britt Rochelle.
I'm Muffin.
And this is my little leprechaun, Oakley, who I will now, for his own comfort, take off his hat. I wanted him to look cute. And he's still cute, but there's something about the hat that gives extra cuteness.
Made no money off my TikTok sponsorship.
No. Yo. That's rough, buddy. Yeah, so it is actually St. Patrick's Day as of filming, so if you're watching the stream, happy St. Patrick's Day, and if you're watching after the fact, because this will obviously go live on OFTV and YouTube later than St. Patrick's Day, hope it was fun and safe and just a gay old time for you. Before we get into that, Muffin, I want to know what you've been gaming and what your St. Patrick's plans are.
As far as gaming goes, I played what is that? I played Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, because I had left work early on Sunday to come home, and when I came home,
that just popped.
Apologies.
Shameless self. That was literally a pop-up ad. That was amazing. Muffin, you have pop-up ads.
Yeah, I guess so. No, it's slowly importing all of my old stuff. But I played Thieves in Time because I had to come home early and then had to put my daughter down. So I had time. So I'm just sitting here I'm not going to sit here bored.
Yeah.
Turned on the PlayStation 3, loaded up some cheats, played Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, and had a great time.
Sweet. That sounds awesome.
Other than that, I haven't really played much else. I haven't really had the time. I've been waiting for my printer to come in.
Which came in broke as a joke.
Oh, I don't think it's broke as a joke.
Oh, okay.
I very well can fix it.
Mm-hmm. I
just don't want to touch it until I say that I can.
That's, I think, totally valid because they'll be like, ooh, well, you voided the warranty because you slightly stroked it with your finger.
So you remember the last piece of my old printer that I tore off and I held it in my hand, right?
Yeah.
That was basically the entire head of the printer.
Yay!
Look at this one.
All right.
Do you see how massive this head is?
Yeah. That's the old printer, right?
This is the new one.
Oh, that's the new one?
This entire block. Oh, sorry. This entire piece out is the entire print head.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
And it's got a camera on the backside.
Oh, that's killer.
But, yeah, can't really do anything with it yet.
No, you can't. That's a damn shame.
Set it down real gently. But yeah, I pulled it out of the box and I was like, oh my god, that thing is 5 times bigger.
That's what she said.
Nothing else though.
All right.
Nothing fancy.
Well, it's better than your usual answer of, well, nothing. I didn't get to game, so some things are looking up for Muffin. If you don't mind, would you like to know about the gaming I have done this week?
Sure.
Yay. Let's see, after Destiny, Wednesday, I don't think I actually played WoW. Did I play WoW?
I don't think you played WoW.
I did. I played my goblin with my buddy, and I got her leveled up almost to where he is, so that's nice. That's good and dandy. Got her caught up in leveling. Thursday, what did I do? Oh, right. Thursday, I did finish that one game I was playing, the My Friendly Neighborhood. So I started playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Finally knocking that off of my never been played list. And I gotta say, yeah. Actually, I might have a copy of the original GTA around here somewhere, so I might go back to the beginning. Maybe after I finish GTA 5 or before. But I'm gonna say, I really like it. I think the storytelling's really freaking creative and cool, the way they switch between the two main characters. The driving mechanics, I'm a terrible driver, but I'm working on it. Franklin has a, I think that's his name, I might have messed it up, but Franklin has a cool special move where if you tap both joysticks, like time slows down and you can kind of maneuver through cars better. I almost rage quit over a street race, but I did it. I undoubtedly did it. And now I think Mike is the other main character. I'm in his point of view after.
It's Michael.
It's Michael?
Yeah.
Mike?
I mean, you're close, but yeah.
Michael just got his yacht stolen, so that's where I am in the game. We had to go rescue his son, which was really annoying.
Not the boat!
His son's a dipshit.
He is.
But I guess that's the point. I guess I should have realized it based off what I've heard, but
that is a terrible idea. Get down.
All the kitty chaos today. You look like you're a stressed papa. But I guess I should have realized, but you don't really know, until you play it. It is such a funny freaking parody of the ghetto lifestyle and the gangbanger shit. And I think that's amazing. And even the dipshit son, as I don't remember his name, so I'm just gonna call him dipshit because that's what he is. Even he's introduced in that game literally by being in his room, spewing profanities while playing the in-universe version of Grand Theft Auto.
He's playing the in-universe game of Killing Floor.
Killing Floor. Okay, well, see, that's
Get it correct.
Well, I have been educated. I don't know what I would do without you, Muffin.
You would suffer. That's what you would do. You would suffer.
Indeed. So would Larry. He is all up on you.
It's kind of driving me nuts, dude.
I see that.
The T-Rex arms.
Right? He was like... Alright, I feel like... Saturday. I did do some gaming on Saturday. Saturday morning, I beat Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Except that I didn't, because now I get to play it again from Riku's perspective. So I'm gonna do that before I move on to the cutscene movies, and then finally getting to 3. Oh, Saturday night, I got more into Date Everything. I almost realized this Sync, his name's Sinclair. I almost brought him to life, but he's got parts in 2 other household object storylines, so I guess that's my mission this Saturday night is I want to speed run those as much as I physically can, because we all know when I say speed run, I don't mean the actual definition of speed run. It's basically just as fast as Brittany can, so I can get him realized, because his stats are low enough that I have the personality points, the specs, so to speak, to make him a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did try playing. I have a copy of Kingdom Hearts Recoded for the DS. So I tried playing that a little bit last night before bed, and man, the game's annoying. I don't love it. But, I think it's just literally the medium transfer, because while yes, it is still a video game, it's, handheld versus console, so it's a lot smaller. And the game concept itself is just weird. Again, it's just Kingdom Hearts 1 again, but with bugs. And by bugs, I mean these weird, techie design, the circular geometric designs in Tron.
Sort of.
They're like Tron cubes, but they're red, and then I just have to go through.
I've never actually watched Tron.
Neither have I. I want to watch. I don't care if I don't know if I care to see the new one with Jared Leto. I probably will watch it anyways, just to compare. But the original, I think came out 86 or 88, somewhere in that era. it was mid to late 80s. The original Tron came out, and then there's Tron Legacy, which I think came out in like 2010, 2012-ish. And then there's the new one with Jared Leto. So, Tron Ares. So, that's where I'm at on gaming. Shall we get into news?
Yes.
Let's go. It didn't mess it up this time, except that I did, because that's not the story I wanted to start on. Alright, so we've got some new games confirmed for March and April 2026 from Xbox Game Pass. And I don't know what these games are. I go into this blind. So I'm really excited to find out what these games are. Project Warcraft? Ambitious and... oh. Alright, coming soon to Xbox Game Pass. You know, I thought South of Midnight was already on Game Pass. Or was it not?
Coming soon to own on video and cassette.
Ah, God. That's amazing.
I just unlocked that core memory for
you. Yeah, you did. That's some good shit right there. Now, coming soon to own on video cassette and DVD. It eventually came to, or, then it was DVD and Blu-ray, and then now physical media is just about dead.
Physical media's not dead.
I said just about. There is a resurgence. There's a reason vinyl records came back. Now I think CDs are starting to make a similar comeback.
They're not.
They've been trying to make audio cassettes a thing for like the past 10 years. I know that much.
You were so hopeful, yet so wrong in so many ways.
Am I though? I don't think I am. Alright, so these games are March 18th, we're getting South of Midnight and The Altars. March 19th is Disco Elysium. I might look that one up just because it sounds like something I'd like to play. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Absolum. Nova Roma. Oh, sorry, I totally abandoned doing the dates. So March 19th is Disco Elysium. March 24th is Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. March 25 again is Absolum. The 26th, we're getting Nova Roma. The 30th, we're getting The Long Dark. March 31st, so, last day of the month, we're getting Resident Evil 7, Biohazard. April 2nd, Barbie Horse Trails. Yeah, I like playing lots of different kinds of games.
You underestimate my power!
I might try the Barbie one, because I've heard the horse games are actually pretty good. No, I think Barbie Horse Adventure was, like, the older one is the actual, like, good Barbie game, but we can see if it compares. Claire Obscura, Expedition 33, on April 2nd. I'm at the same day as Barbie. I'm actually really excited for that to finally hit Game Pass, because it was it won Game of the Year. It was really, really hyped. A lot of people hail it as, like, this amazing game, and I've never played it, so I guess that's what I'm playing.
Claire Obscura?
Yeah.
Okay, but it didn't win Game of the Year.
It didn't? I thought it did.
No, because they got revoked. Remember?
Oh, right. Well, they almost won Game of the Year if it didn't use AI. Or was it AI, or was it because it wasn't indie?
No, because somebody claimed that their stuff was partial AI. So.
Well, it almost won Game of the Year. A lot of people still think it's a really freaking good game. All I see when I look online are just praise. And then finally, April 7th, we're getting Final Fantasy IV. I think Final Fantasy 1 is already on Game Pass, or it might be PlayStation Plus. I'll have to double check. But once I rock through the Kingdom Hearts series, I'm rocking through Final Fantasy. At least is the plan. So, I'm excited. I'm going to start with 1 and work my way up. As much as I desperately want to play 7, because, that's the really popular one. And that's the one, the big, epic Sephiroth fight. But we'll get to that when we get to it. I'm going to mute myself for a second.
You underestimate my power!
I did end up getting nudes, but my microwave broke. So I didn't want to wait for the water to boil, so I tried a different method, and I think it worked. Anywho, any of these games popping out to you, Muffin? What are you excited to see?
I'll try the Final Fantasy games,
Yeah.
but I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to be playing most of them.
That makes sense. Like, I probably can guarantee something similar that I won't be playing most of these. But I remember when South of Midnight came out, it did look like a really neat story, and the game mechanics seemed cool, so I'll probably try to play South of Midnight and Clair Obscur. But I'm gonna look up Disco Elysium real quick, because I think I've looked it up before. No, I haven't. I don't know what this is. The Final Cut on Steam. Let's see what this is all about. Disco Elysium, the Final Cut, groundbreaking role-playing game. You're a detective with a unique skill system at your disposal and a whole city to carve your path across. Interrogate unforgettable characters, crack murders, or take bribes. Become a hero or an absolute disaster of a human being. Yeah, that sounds like something I'd like, so I'll have to make a note of that. South of Midnight, Disco Elysium, and Clair Obscur. Hey, Spider-Man, I've been good. How you been? Any of those games popping out to you? We got some Power World news finally. Like today.
That's exciting.
I'm excited. They're teasing a massive 1.0 launch. Let's see what's going on with that. The 1.0 version of Power World aims to deliver a survival crafting experience that everyone always wanted. A senior Pocket Pair official said. The remarks were part of a broader preview of the hit game's near future, indicating that Power World is set for a major overhaul later in 26. Pocket Pair survival crafting game featuring monster taming took the world by storm after its early 2024 debut. Yep, we played it. It was awesome. I ended up playing it later, obviously, but it was still good. It sold about 25 million copies in its first 18 months on the market. The figure came despite more than 7 million people playing Power World via Xbox Game Pass, with the Microsoft service presumably lowering the title's lifetime sales tally. In September of 26, the Japanese developer officially committed to bringing its... I think they meant September of 25. There's a typo there, because September of 26 hasn't happened yet. In September of 25, the Japanese developer officially committed to bringing its hit game out of early access in 2026. In a recent interview at the Game Developers Conference, Pocket Pair Publishing head and Powell Communications lead John Buckley discussed the upcoming 1.0 update, describing it as a comprehensive revamp of many of the hit game systems. I think every survival crafting gamer has their ideal version of what survival crafting should be. We hope Power World 1.0 will be kind of something for everyone, Buckley told Games Radar Plus. He clarified that the long-awaited exit from early access aims to not only expand endgame content, but also improve the early and middle portion so the full progression arc feels more complete. Means they're gonna take out my favorite bug, and that's okay. Probably for the best.
I don't think that they will.
I think they will. I don't even know. It's been so long since we've played. I don't even know if it's still there. But Buckley's comments reinforce what Pocket Pair has been signaling since late summer 25. That Power World's 1.0 patch will overhaul the game so extensively that it may feel like a substantially more fleshed out experience. While the update will remain compatible with saves from the early access build, Buckley said that the scale of the changes may give many players a reason to start over with a new character. Returning to level 1 will reportedly be the only way to experience everything the 1.0 version of Power World has to offer. It's all going to change, Buckley said, citing that as the reason Pocket Pair will softly recommend fans to start from scratch. And while the Japanese developer is still keeping many details of the 1.0 patch under wraps, it's already teased several new pals set to arrive as part of the major content update. The additions include a massive whale, twin ghostly creatures, and a puffy two-tone bird. Pocket Pair also shared glimpses of a red water lily dragon, a distinctive eel, and an electric dog pal planned for the 1.0 update. While the patch will most likely be the single brightest highlight of Power World's 2026 roadmap, it will not necessarily mark the end of the game's development. Buckley was just recently quoted saying that he would not rule out the possibility of Power World 2.0 in the future, signaling that Pocket Pair is very much interested in continuing to expand its game. The remarks were in line with his 2025 statement, suggesting the Japanese developer has plenty of ideas for supporting the hit survival crafting title beyond its early access period. Separately, the studio continues to expand the Powerworld universe, which is scheduled to receive a physical card game later in 26. Well, okay. In addition to being sold on PC and consoles, Powerworld is also currently available via 3 tiers of Xbox Game Pass, where it launched as a Day 1 title in January of 2024. Pocket Pair's title now surpassing the 2-year mark as part of Microsoft's subscription content catalog. It looks increasingly likely that Powerworld 1.0 will also be available to Game Pass members. I sure freaking hope so. Like, to be fair, I think I already bought the game on Steam before I realized it was on Game Pass, so I'm good either way. But I do like playing on the Xbox. Oh, I forgot. There's another story I wanted to pull up. What's Pikmin? That's what it's called. I'm surprised I didn't see anything about Pikmin on the game right.
Because it's not a good game.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good game.
That's terrible.
I just think it's funny that I wanted to bring this up because I kept seeing it on like TikTok and Facebook. But it is actually gaining some attention. I'm not going to say traction, but it's getting a lot of attention because apparently it is just asking to be sued into oblivion. Many people are saying because of its similarities to, you guessed it, Pokemon. And also the main character definitely looks like Link. People have been noticing as well. A new survival game has been announced for Steam with its trailer indicating a potential future launch on the Switch and PS5. Here's the thing though, if you thought Powerworld took a lot of inspiration from Pokemon, this one takes it to the next level. Titled Pikmin and developed by Pocket Game, its overall gameplay appears to have a lot more in common with Powerworld than Pokemon, but when you take a closer look at the design of both the protagonist and the collectible creatures, it becomes immediately apparent that Pocket Game shot more than a quick few glances at Nintendo's homework. The protagonist, let's see, he said, let's start with the protagonist. Do they remind you of anyone? Hopefully you did your best. Churchill dog impression nodded with an enthusiastic, oh yes. Because Pikmin's protagonist is basically Link from Zelda Breath of the Wild. The hair, the clothes. The next thing Pocket Game will be telling us. They start the game awakening from a 100-year slumber. At the very least, it looks like you'll spend a good deal of time traversing the world via a paraglider. Just like in Breath of the Wild and also Powerworld. Then we've got the creatures, which, much like Powerworld before it, look about as close as possible to the iconic Pokemon without actually being the exact same. Got a cute little yellow guy with black accents on the ears and tail, a monstrous boss that looks remarkably similar to Cerulege, and much more. To cap it all off, a supporting character even does the iconic Akira slide on a motorbike. To be fair though, Samus also did that in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So, again, I want to play. We've been supporting Powerworld since for 2 years now. I'm not going to be playing Pikmin, whatever the hell this ripoff is. It is. It's a ripoff of Powerworld.
Yeah.
So that.
Misters. Hey.
What are your misters doing?
Come on. Go. Since you can't behave.
Oh.
Digging into the box again.
You put him in that box?
No, he got in the box. He is not supposed to be in the box.
Oh, because that's where
We've been over this.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Brittany, for not listening.
Alright, so Valve is facing yet another lawsuit. Go figure. There's a lot of lawsuits this week. I'm just going to say it. Recent weeks have seen multiple lawsuits filed against Valve, the legal entity responsible for the digital gaming distribution platform Steam, the latest coming from the UK's Performing Rights Society. Let's see why they're getting sued now. However, this third lawsuit against Valve has nothing to do with loot boxes, as reported by GamesIndustry.biz, The Performing Rights Society in the United Kingdom, an organization that manages and protects the rights of songwriters, composers, and music publishers, although licensing, royalty collection, royalty distribution, and copyright protection, has commenced legal proceedings against Valve. The PRS claims that Valve has distributed games on Steam that use the work of its members without permission. The organization claims that Valve has never obtained a license for the use of rights managed by PRS on behalf of its members, citing high-profile and popular games like Grand Theft Auto, Forza Horizon, and FIFA EA FC. These legal proceedings follow the UK's Section 20 of the Copyright, Designs and Patents Act of 1988, after, according to PRS, attempts by the organization to work with Valve regarding its licensing concerns. According to the organization, the litigation will progress until Valve Corporation engages positively with discussions and takes the necessary license to cover the use of PRS repertoire, both retrospectively and moving forward. The chief commercial officer...
Repertoire.
What?
Repertoire.
Repertoire. Sorry, repertoire. The chief commercial officer of PRS for music, Dan Gopal, said that the organization's members create music that enhances the experience of games offered by Steam, and that songwriters and creators deserve to have their contribution recognized and fairly valued. He also referenced these legal proceedings as a duty to act, but not a step taken lightly.
Oh.
How's your drink? Is it good?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's very quantum-y.
Quantum-y. As of this
I'm gonna hurt both ears.
You'll be a felon. Don't you do it.
You're right.
Yep. No, okay. While he does that, sorry, goodness. As of this writing, Valve has not officially responded to the lawsuit filed by PRS or the Hagens Berman law firm, but the company did respond to the lawsuit filed by the New York Attorney General. In short, Valve claimed its loot boxes were similar to Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering cards, baseball cards, and even recent trends like Labubus as a means of defense. Valve also says that it has worked with the New York Attorney General and its investigation regarding promotion of gambling via Steam, citing its efforts over many years to shut down accounts found to be using Valve game items on gambling sites in violation of the Steam subscriber agreement. Actually funny that they mentioned that in here because that is, there it is. That was going to be the next thing I pull up. That Valve decided they're going to invoke Labubus as a response to the New York loot box lawsuit. They're basically saying these loot boxes aren't any different from, getting a Labubu. And I think, honestly, they have a valid point there.
No.
No? Why not?
They don't. Because they don't. For that exact reason. They don't. They fear that they do, but they do not.
Well, you heard it here. No explanation needed. I'll see if there's any rebuttal here. Okay, so on March 11th, Valve responded to the NYAG, the New York Attorney General's lawsuit with a post on Steam. In its statement, the video game developer rejected the allegation that its in-game mystery boxes are a form of gambling. Instead, Valve likened them to how traditional collectibles that involve a chance work in the real world. Specifically, Valve drew comparisons between its mystery boxes and baseball, Pokemon, and MTG cards, and even pointed to Labubu. Valve also emphasized that its games remain fully playable without purchasing its in-game loot boxes, and that the items obtained from them are purely cosmetic rather than gameplay altering. The developer expressed disappointment regarding the lawsuit, after having worked closely with NYAG to comply with its investigation. Valve, there's just one of 4 lawsuits that Valve is facing, as we'll get into. The post reads, you may have seen the New York Attorney General recently filed a lawsuit against Valve claiming mystery boxes like crates, cases, and chests in some of our games violate New York gambling laws. We don't believe that they do, and we're disappointed to see the NYAG make that claim after working to educate them about our virtual items and mystery boxes since they first reached out to us in early 23. We rarely talk about litigation, but we felt we should explain the situation to you. The Attorney General's filings take a different view of how Valve's mystery box systems operate. According to NYAG's complaint, while the items are designed to only alter cosmetic game features, the state argues they can still carry financial value because they can be sold through the Steam Community Market or other third-party trading sites. Since players pay for a chance to receive random items, most worth little, others worth thousands when traded, the state claims Valve's loot boxes met its legal definition of gambling. Valve argues the claim by the New York Attorney General that these digital assets shouldn't be transferable between players has no merit, again comparing digital assets to how real-world trading cards and other physical collectibles work. Valve is currently facing another lawsuit which revolves around its loot boxes in Washington. We think the transferability of a digital game item is good for consumers. It gives the user the ability to trade an old or unwanted item for something else in the same way an owner can sell or trade a tangible item like Pokemon or a baseball card, Valve wrote. The disagreement highlights a debate that has been unfolding in the gaming industry for years. Game developers frequently describe loot boxes as a digital version of long-standing collectible products such as trading cards or other surprise-based collectibles. Critics typically argue that digital marketplaces and ease of access to children create a different environment because some items can be traded instantly and sometimes reach significant resale prices. That concern has already prompted regulatory action in parts of Europe, where countries like Belgium and the Netherlands have restricted or entirely banned certain loot box systems. Valve recently won a different lawsuit, so perhaps the courts will rule in its favor once more. Ultimately, it will be left up to the courts to decide which entity's position is correct. One side views loot boxes as a harmless way for consumers to interact with goods they purchase, while others view them as illegal gambling practice that should be regulated or removed. The outcome of the case could help determine how similar systems are treated in the U.S. going forward, and have lasting implications on companies like Epic Games and Activision Blizzard that also utilize loot box reward systems. Now I wonder, so if loot boxes get deemed gambling, does that mean like things like Labubus and like those surprise Funko Pops and all other surprise boxes at like Hot Topic, is that also going to be construed as gambling?
It shouldn't.
So what is the difference, pray tell?
It's hard to say. Everybody's got their own, like, I guess, descriptions or nuances or whatever they want to call it, for many different things. And like you can look at the sky and say it's blue, and someone's gonna be like, no, actually, it's aqua. And that's where you're gonna get like the semantics of everything.
For sure.
Doesn't matter how many times someone will say something is gambling, someone's going to be like, no, it's actually just a game.
Yeah. Like, when you play poker in Red Dead Redemption, you're not gambling with real money. It is just a gambling simulator. It's just a freaking
if you're playing actual poker, it doesn't matter if it's in a game or not, that's gambling.
Still
Come on, Brittany.
It's a gambling simulator, though. You're not actually gambling.
No, it's gambling.
Well, I think
that's wrong.
I mean, not wrong, maybe, but not illegal is I think the difference.
Brittany.
It's not illegal.
Don't do that to yourself.
I mean, it's not.
Don't do that to yourself. It's illegal. Shame on you.
So is stealing cars, but people have been doing it in Grand Theft Auto for 20 years. Like, it's a car theft simulator. Like,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
You know what? I don't think I should be. I think I'm cool. Like, I can't believe. So apparently they're making another Jackass movie, according to the chat. Did not hear anything about that. They're all getting like in their 40s, right? I feel like that's dangerous. But you know, that's what they've done since they were young and dumb, so good for them.
Yes, when they were young, dumb,
I'm not finishing
broke.
it. And broke, yep, there you go. And finally, in the last Steam news of the day at least, Steam is being investigated by the FBI. The FBI has launched an official investigation into several games on Steam, targeting a group of games containing malware that have plagued the online marketplace. The storefront, operated by Valve, is studied as one of the largest gaming platforms since its debut back in 2004, featuring more than 100,000 different games available for purchase. Steam offers everything from AAA games from the largest studios to a wide variety of indie games, with Valve often helping to promote and push games from similar developers. However, Steam's litany of games has played host to plenty of scandals throughout its more than 2 decades. Steam's widespread popularity has invited a host of bad actors who have plagued the storefront through its storied history. The open nature of the Steam Workshop has been a major source of malicious attacks on unsuspecting players. Again, why we can't have nice things. Fans discovering malware and specific mods for Schedule 1. Valve has also regularly taken down games looking to scam users, often posing as legitimate game releases while trying to steal information from players. Now, the FBI is taking matters into its own hands with a full-scale investigation of several Steam games. Because the United States Bureau of Investigation officially announced a new inspection into 7 different Steam games. The FBI notes 7 games falling under scrutiny for containing malware, naming Block Blasters, Kenya, Dashverse/FPS, Lampy, Lunara, Piratefy, and Tokenova as part of the investigation. The agency is looking to identify victims of the Steam malware attack, with those users potentially eligible for certain services, restitution, and rights under the United States federal and state law. And the official documents for the investigation also suggest that the 7 games cited within the official documents are likely being handled by the same person or group. Almost certainly. They will try to make it look like it's more than one person, but it's not. The statement from the FBI gives more information about the specifics behind the targeted Steam games. The agency reveals that the attacks mainly affected users from May 2024 through January 2026, with Block Blasters previously coming under fire for stealing money from a popular Twitch streamer. The FBI is asking victims of the malware scam to provide information about their engagement with the games, including how they discovered the games, who told them about the games, and the amount of money stolen. The FBI also confirmed that the agency may ask some affected victims to give additional information as part of its investigation. The FBI investigation is not the only major legal controversy connected to Steam throughout the past month, with Valve facing a lawsuit from the state of New York. Attorney General Letitia James filed a lawsuit against the Steam creator in late February, citing the platform's loot boxes, again with the loot boxes, as a driving factor behind the legal action. James claimed that loot boxes in games like Dota 2 and Team Fortress 2 constitute illegal gambling marketed towards children, seeking triple the value of Valve's loot box revenues and fines. Valve has also since received lawsuits from both the state of Washington and the UK-based Performing Rights Society on the grounds of loot boxes and copyright infringement, respectively. Steam's ongoing legal troubles have brought some major controversy for the platform, as the platform is set to have a big year, where Valve is gearing up for the launch of the Steam Machine as a brand new home console, set to be close in performance to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. The company will also debut some new peripherals in 2026, with both the Steam Frame VR headset and a new version of the Steam controller scheduled to launch throughout the year. Valve can only hope that its recent legal controversies won't serve to hinder a pivotal year for Steam. So I guess here's the problem with all the stuff happening right before the Steam Machine comes out. Because on one hand, they're gonna want that Steam Machine to sell, because after all these settlements go out, they're gonna lose a chunk of change. Because I'm honestly just going to assume that a lot of it's gonna be settled. The other thing though is who's gonna want to buy a machine that's just gonna steal your information and/or money, if that is in fact what's happening with a lot of these games. Or basically, they may even have to delay the launch while they investigate this, because if they don't delay the launch, then those games are still just going to be on the platform, which means the whole thing's just going to get corrupted. It's going to be a bad time for everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely problematic.
So, y'all let us know in the chat and in the and in our socials what y'all think about all this. And last but certainly not least, I didn't mean to end on a somber note, but I thought it was important to mention this, and was kind of at the end of things. We have lost a Spartan, so to speak. The author of the Halo books, William C. Dietz, has indeed passed away. So, legendary Halo author William C. Dietz has passed away. The news of his passing was recently confirmed by his family, leaving many in the Halo community mourning the loss of the writer behind one of the first books in the franchise, Halo: The Flood, which I actually do have in my nightstand. I have been meaning to start reading it, and now I don't know. Guess I won't know. I'll know that it's good, but it'll be posthumous now. While Halo is famous for its video games, the franchise is featured in other forms of entertainment, with lore and settings making it a natural fit for books. In fact, the first book starring the Master Chief was published in October 2001, even before the release of Halo Combat Evolved on the original Xbox console. Since that first novel, many other stories have been released based on the Halo universe. These stories have been even influenced the mainline games, such as introducing the Blue Team. Unfortunately, the community recently lost one of its most well-known authors. Okay, well, sorry, now I am confused, because this says here, October 2001, he wrote Halo: The Flood. But the tweet says that it happened in 2003. So, I think that these people gotta stop with their typos. Whoever it is. I'm gonna assume it's the author of the Game Rant. I'll just put a pin in that one. This was confirmed on Sunday, March 15th via social media. Oh, see? Actually, it was March 16th. It was Monday. It says it right here. Unless the time zones are a thing, but not usually that bad. Anyways, I'm going to have to find a new source for gaming news, because I swear these authors are just using AI to write their shit. In his statement from the family, Dietz's passion for writing was highlighted. Writing was a part of him as much as breathing, the family said. Furthermore, they pointed out that the theme of many of his books was good overcoming evil, noting that he helped provide an escape for his readers from the troubles of the real world. Since learning of the passing of William C. Dietz, many have taken to social media to remember the iconic author and his work. Notably, the official Halo account posted a tribute to Dietz on Twitter, featuring the artwork from 2003's Halo: The Flood. While not on the first Halo book, maybe I just have my shit wrong. While not the first Halo book, many fans enjoyed Dietz's retelling the iconic events of Halo Combat Evolved. In addition to describing the mission of the Master Chief in precise detail, Halo: The Flood provided a new perspective on the conflict between the UNSC and Covenant forces. In order to accomplish this, Dietz crafted memorable characters that are still remembered today, such as Wallace A. Jenkins, a soldier taken over by the Flood, and Yayap, an Ungoy fighting for the Covenant. Furthermore, many enjoyed the terrifying way in which Dietz described the Flood throughout the book. Besides authoring Halo: The Flood, William C. Dietz has written stories related to other iconic video game franchises. Over the years, his credits include books based on the Hitman, Mass Effect, and StarCraft franchises. In addition, he wrote a series of books on several Star Wars PC games from the late 90s. He also penned original stories based on various themes. So, rest in peace, Mr. Dietz. That is a damn shame. And that is all I have. Any closing thoughts, Muffin, about anything?
Rest in peace, friend. Rest in peace.
And until that's very sweet. Until next time, thank you so much for watching and or listening to Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to give me a follow and as well as, Muffin Sincere, all of our socials, and we have GFAP socials as well at linktree/GFA Entertainment. We also have a merch store. It is the temperature drops, so if you don't have a GFAP hoodie yet, now's a good time as any to get one. Or a good old GFAP mug. We got jewelry, posters, stickers. We got everything. And if you like what you're seeing here, especially if you're in the stream right now, or if you're listening after the fact, please don't forget to give me a follow on Twitch, TikTok, Kick. I'm on everything. Twitter, just all of it. And all my stuff can be found at BertRochelle.com or BertRochelle.card.co.
You can find me at linktree/muffinsincere. Everything's there. Click it and find it. Love it. Hate it. Whatever.
Yep. Get some, whatever. All attention's good attention when you're a small channel like us.
When you're a small channel like me.
Yeah.
Brittany's not small.
I mean, I'm still small on Twitch. And especially Kick, Christ. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching and or listening. Keep fapping, folks.